Good evening. Peace, love, and light. I'd like to welcome you to Casual Conversations here at the Westside Library. I go by the name of DJ Slim, and we always have a special guest waiting to talk with you and build with you about the things they've done in the community and in lifetime. Before we get to our guests, I gotta introduce my crimey, you know what I'm saying, my grimy, my co-host, man. Yeah, what's going on?
What's going on, G? Hey, he's trying to say we soldiers and we comrades in crime. You know what I'm saying? Crime for life. We do that righteous step. You know what I mean? We do that righteous step. And just so you know, we do have a West Side Library here, but where you at right now, where we're locked into, it's the West Side Art Studio. You know what I'm saying? That's where we getting down with the get down in the underground right here on Casual Conversations. And it's also locked in with the art of the heart, and we always taking it one dream at a time and one conversation at a time, and it's for the city. You know what I mean, Slim? Everything we do is for the city, man, for the pulse,
for the babies,
for the babies and for the kids and for the youth. You know what I mean? And then we got a co-host, but I can't really do him that to do like you do, Slim. You the DJ. What's up, fam? Go ahead, serve it up.
I'm not gonna hold it. I'm not gonna be too long with it. We're gonna introduce this brother and get right along with the conversation, but from Detroit. How I feel about Detroit.
Yeah, I do.
Myself.
Straight up.
Also, been doing a lot of work here in the community in Las Vegas. He's also done a lot with music and poetry as well. You know, I love music. We love music.
Facts.
You know
all day. We do.
And very involved with the children.
Oh, man, that's dope.
Nonprofit called Hearts for Kids. Okay, I correct? Yeah. Hearts for Kids.
Shouts out.
No further ado, I'm going to introduce to you NuT.T.T. NuT, what's going on, bro?
What up, NuT? How we living, Brody? Hey, we gonna do that airway. We got it in. Yeah. How we living, family?
It's a pleasure being here. You know, I'm thankful for waking up this morning and every morning that God gave me. So I appreciate the opportunity to be here with you guys.
We love to have you here, man. Glad to grace us with your presence, brother. Yeah. You know what I mean? So what's been going on with you, man? It was hard for you to get over here?
Nah, not necessarily, but we know construction on these Vegas streets is always going to be hard for somebody to move around the corner if they have to.
Yeah, straight up, man. So, I mean, he was talking about the kid, what was it called? The kids?
Hearts for Kids.
Hearts for Kids. Yeah. Now, with the Hearts for Kids, don't you do, like, music, too?
I do music. I produce, I write, and I record. I perform from time to time out here also. With the children, Ken Dorsey and Justin Roberts, they started the Hearts for Kids program.
Okay. Shouts out to Dorsey.
Break, we took the kids over to Beasley Media Group. They got a tour and hung out for a while, and also the Portnoy Studio, which is major for the kids to learn different concepts of music and art behind the scenes as well as in front of the scenes. Right. They got to meet with DJs and on-air personalities, as well as met Mr. Neil Portnoy, who's, if you guys don't know, he's the one that did the mural inside of Allegiant Stadium.
Oh, that mural! I think you're talking about. Yeah. Shouts out to him.
He does everything with markers. Everything is markers.
So he can't make a mistake, or that's it.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow, that's talent.
That was a couple of programs that we were able to do over spring break. And Hearts for Kids is a major program.
Do you know the number of how many kids, or like what target are you guys trying to get to?
So the age would be from like 7 to 17.
Right.
Kids that are able to comprehend and learn further. It really is not going to max out.
Right.
I'm sure, but the ages of 7 to 17 to get them into some youthful events and things like that.
Yeah, I did. And then if they want to like sign up, or like a parent was curious about it, how would they go about like enrolling their kids into a program like that?
Contact either Ken or Justin on the Hearts for Kids, HEARTZ 4, the number 4, and Kids on Facebook.
Now I got a question, man. Do they accept babies? Do they accept the babies, man? Do they accept the? Okay, I'm just making sure, man. That's dope. That's dope.
Child that wants to learn is accepted.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's my question to you.
I have to say it.
How receptive are the children in
there you
what
go.
you guys are teaching, and what are some of the major concepts that you bring to the table that you would like for them to leave with when they walk away from?
Yeah.
Well, the kids are bringing themselves. They're skilled in their own rights.
Okay.
So a lot of students that go there are already like on a pathway to becoming singers and performers and actual musicians. There's a kid in there that plays the piano, and he's like 6 years old, and he was one of the greatest piano players. Or I'm sorry, he's 9 years old. He plays
9.
piano,
Sheesh.
like a superstar.
So what is it that you could teach a 9-year-old who's phenomenal on the piano?
Yeah,
So,
I like
presence, You know, presence. You can teach a child how to have a conversation.
Right.
You can teach a child how to, direct a room.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many things. You want to also be able to teach a child how to be confident in what they do.
That's a fact.
That's the most important thing. They also teach us things that we don't know as adults.
There's definitely probably a two-way street as far as learning and teaching.
Yeah, and they always looking at what we do and not what we say.
Right.
So a big part of this is they learn by our actions. Even when we might tell them, hey, don't do this, they always look at what we do. So when they look at people setting good examples, these examples start providing certain habits, and these habits will start providing a discipline, a condition that can benefit the kid for the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope that I'm seeing that kind of transition, because it starts at that level from that 7 and then taking it on, because the growth and development part is from like kind of like 4 to 8. So when you get them at 7, you getting them at that crucial part, you know what I mean, as they're moving through their journey. So I think that's phenomenal.
And the parents are a big success in that also. You know, we have local young talent, like seriously local young talent that already are at their height performing in their schools and things like that. A couple names to throw out there: Big Day and
Big
Red
Day
Vegas.
Day.
And
Yeah.
Red Vegas. They're
Red Vegas.
also.
Straight up, that's love.
These are two names
heard that name
known.
before.
Yeah, these
Yeah, I
are
have
names
too.
known in the city. Yeah.
New
So
York.
they're part of the program.
Yeah, I've heard that. I definitely heard that name before. Definitely heard that name before.
And what really like got you into it? Because you said you came from Detroit. So for one, like coming from Detroit, you know, Motor City, Motown, you know what I mean? And then coming over to Viva Las Vegas, you know what I mean? Like coming from the mainland to the Graceland.
Right.
What was that kind of like transitioning for?
So I moved out here. I was just shy of turning 21 by a month and a half. So my transition was pretty quick. I had to leave Detroit and get out here as fast as I could.
Oh, damn. Why you had to get up out of that fast? You had to, come on, Craig, tell me
Life
something.
is life. So,
Yeah, I feel that.
Life is
Life
life.
get to
So,
life it.
I had to, get up out of there. When I got up out of there, for peace of mind.
That's right.
More so than anything else, it was peace of mind and, to start a new generation for myself.
Facts.
But the transition is it's not that difficult. I mean, there are tough streets here,
Yeah.
but they're none like back home.
Yeah.
So, I take everything with a grain of salt and live to learn to smile and be happy about every day I get to wake up.
That's right.
But I got involved through Ken Dorsey. Actually.
That's how you got
That's how I
tied
got
into it.
involved
Okay.
with the Hearts for Kids. And 'cause we used to throw functions over at the Meadows Mall at a place called Paint Drops. It's no longer there.
Meadows
anymore.
was cracking.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's no longer there anymore. But every week,
Paint drops. Okay.
every month,
Yeah.
the last Friday of the month, we wanted to have a family day.
Yeah.
Because there's no real family days out here where you can, go
Culture
and
for
watch,
family is
where you can go and watch your youth perform.
right.
And and just have the be family conscious of your youth performance.
Right.
So that's pretty much what was built, and I just been on there ever since. I've been with him for like the last, let's say, 1.5, 2 years, but the program has been going on for way longer than I've been around.
That's cool.
What was one major culture shock or big difference coming from the Midwest over here to the West Coast?
Oh, I think everything looks pretty out here.
What? Man, I like that.
Everything is pretty out here on the West
Yeah, I
Coast
dig it.
because we come from a location where the sun only shines about less than 100 days a year.
That part.
And then when it does shine, it's partly cloudy. But out here where the sun shines over 300 days a year, it's a big difference.
Right.
It's an attitude adjustment where you have to realign your chakras for real. So
Now, when you say realign the chart now, then because it seemed like you from like back in the day, you had a certain kind of mindset than what you have currently. So if you have to go through this journey again, and you had the capability, right, with quantum technology and all that we got, to like go back into the future or back in the past with the stuff you know now, and if you was able to go back to the past, what do you think you would have told your past self the lessons that you've learned now?
Be prepared. It's the only thing you can tell yourself. Be prepared and be thankful.
You think your younger self would have listened to you?
I do. I'm a Capricorn. So,
I heard that.
We work hard and listen to, things for strength. So
That's right.
I
like
believe
that.
I would have listened to myself, even though, I've been through some things. You can't go through life without going through anything.
Right.
And still be in that same headspace. So I know if I had a chance to talk to my younger self, I tell myself some good old things, stocks and all.
I'm about to say, you ain't gonna talk about the stock market.
Stocks, you know what I'm saying? What to invest in,
Credit.
how many houses and, you can buy on credit, and you know what I'm saying? Because right now in Detroit, as it is, you can buy a house for about $1,000 to $3,000.
Yeah,
a whole house.
A whole house.
You can buy lots. You can buy a whole house that comes with land.
Wow.
But they are rebuilding, so those days are probably going to be ending real soon.
And then, so you mean to tell me what I seen is you get that on the low, and then when the market goes up, you got yourself a nice little profit.
That's true, but if you want to, you tend to want to keep those things in your family.
Oh yeah, and how do you do that? Do we get a trust, or do we?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
We don't leave it in the bank's hands, right?
No, you trust everything. So you LLC incorporated, S corp, whatever other corps you have to go through, but you definitely want to put that in a family trust. You know what I'm saying?
That's that legacy wealth that we be talking about,
definitely.
because land is a big part of it, and that's something that we lack out here a little bit. But we got it. But I won't say Detroit, the way they structure their land, they got it, and for that price. But out here, if we get land and we get it through a trust, I mean, we can trust that within the family, and that just keeps going for generation after generation. A lot of people think money is the legacy, but it's what you have that is not liquid, but assets. Exactly, and that's the key.
Yes. Speaking of assets, when it comes to your music and your poetry, what are some of the things that you feel like are just a major thing in what you want to express through your own self-expression?
Yeah, that's
so. I'm glad you asked that. So with me, I could care less who likes my music. I write it for therapy.
Come on now.
I write my music, my poetry for therapy. I'm just so happen to be lucky enough and blessed enough that people are excited when I do perform it. So that's the major plus for me. Like, it doesn't matter if you like it or not. As long as I get it out, I'm satisfied. But when you hear somebody else, hemming or singing your stuff, it's like, cool. They like it. But I also, on that same topic, I reach back to my peers that I grew up with, that I did music with in Detroit.
That's live.
If I'm coming out with something new, I send it to them prior to me putting it out. And, they'll let me know, hey, this was cool, or dog, you got to do better.
And that's how it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah. Positive mantras and affirmations. I came up with one for myself after doing a little bid in the hospital, not in jail, but in the hospital.
You said that word bid. You had to correct it.
Yeah, got to clarify. Love is the message. Intention is key.
Right.
Music is therapy.
Right.
How true is that? Does that align with
100% true. It's great. That's a great mantra right there. I'm not going to steal it because it's yours, but I can implement it.
Right.
I can definitely implement it.
Yeah. Just let them know where it came from. Yeah,
sure.
Your brother from Detroit.
The brothers unite. That's a small world, man. That you guys are from Detroit, and you guys have somewhat of the likeness of spirit. And I know everyone got their own style, but that righteous spirit is what I sense. Coming out of NuT.T.T, definitely out of my brother Slim. So it's crazy y'all came from Detroit, coming with that kind of energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? My mother and I didn't really get it until I got older, but my mother used to always be like, boy, you are from Detroit. Right? Like, you ain't from Detroit. And I was growing up, I'm just like, all right, but so what? Like, all right, can I go outside? Like, you know what I mean? But as you get older and then you start, you learning the history and the impact.
Right.
And then you start becoming a little bit more proud of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The same way that I began to love and understand being here in Las Vegas had its thing and big, big impression on my life as well. So I got it tatted on my body, man. Lost Detroit, Philadelphia, man, because my other side of the family is from Philly. So those are two big musical, very influential sides of, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
that's what's up.
yeah, man, So yeah, man. So where can we find some of your music and you know?
So right now, I'm actually taking a back seat, so I'm reclaiming my music the right way.
Okay.
My licensing wasn't the best way it should have
You got to
been.
get it
so
structured right.
I'm like off of streaming platforms as of right now.
Okay.
There are a couple of videos and things out that I have from working with YA Poet, who's a big name in the city out here. You know what I'm saying?
Shout
One of
out
my
to YA.
brothers.
Yeah, facts.
But on his lvculture.net website or LV Culture site, you can find me in a couple of open mics that I've done.
Now when you're talking about mics and rapping, I mean, we don't do the bar test over here, but it's all good. You know, we ain't set up for the bar test and none of that.
Right.
So that'll come when we start getting more, with the stuff. But what I want to talk about is hip hop, because you got talent and you got skills in that. Now, hip hop as it stands today, I guess I'm not gonna judge it or anything like that, but in your perspective, is the hip hop today the same as it was back in the old days, or back in our times coming up, or what?
Nah, every generation is different. Like every generation is absolutely different, because our generation mainly grew up on hip hop itself.
Who would you have to give a name if
we
you would
didn't
say
grow up
something?
on rap? It's a difference. We grew up on hip hop. We grew up on Nas, Mos Def,
Come on now.
Kweli,
Right.
Big Fruit.
Some people don't know these people's names right now. Some of the people you saying?
Again, yeah. And they grew up on more so their newer names, which are, the Drakes and Kendricks, which was part of our era as well. But we grew up on also soul, blues, jazz, country, rock and roll. We grew up on every genre. We just didn't grow up on a hip hop genre.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's dope when I can listen to the radio and I hear an old rock song and I'm singing along with it, and a country song. And like you said, a lot of the youth today, they're growing up with just the hip hop,
one way or another,
or the rap. Because now they can actually just tune into themselves.
Right.
We had the radio where we were exposed to things that maybe we didn't want to, and then we grew to like it.
Right.
See, you ain't never lied, because they played it like 10, 50 times, and then eventually, like, I'm too sexy for my show. Too sexy for my show. Hey, I was literally like, if you play that song is trap. And then eventually, because the bus driver was playing it constantly in the school bus, eventually, I'm too sexy. It ends up being something in chicken noodle soup.
But you know what's funny about that, though? That's a very confidential song. That's a confidence building song.
It is.
Right.
It is.
And even though we don't want to acknowledge it, because it was kind of one of those things.
The way the video looked, man.
We
What's wrong with the video?
But we don't want to acknowledge it. But the message is about confidence.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing also. When it's about confidence, you want to be able to be like, okay, I am too sexy. I don't know what they talking about. I'm sexy.
Right.
Who are some of the artists that you grew up to that really influenced you to actually put pen to paper?
Yeah, facts.
So, I'm going to definitely say Proof is one of the top, because he was in a family he was around.
Right.
So Big Proof is definitely.
For those who don't know, if you ever watched 8 Mile,
so,
the brother, you know what I'm saying, in 8 Mile with the dreads, Kai Pfeiffer,
that's what he's talking about.
Go back and do your history on that.
Do some research. But just Nas's and Big L's and Beat Nuts and it's been a lot of groups, you know what I'm saying? Probable Cause by Brand Nubian was one of my, cutbacks when I used to. But I also like to listen to all types of music, so I take inspiration from the old music.
Right.
So you can put on an Etta James station or on my Pandora, because I play an array of music. Anybody that gets in my car know that I play whatever I feel like playing.
Let me see if I can get
you. Right, yeah.
Could I get you with one? Let me see. Do you listen to calypso music?
I have not. I'm not gonna say right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, all right. Well, calypso music. All right. Well, then okay. All right. Then what about this in your arsenal? Do you have opera?
I do.
That's dope.
Okay. I have opera and classical. When I used to work when I was a young buck back in high school, I worked at Burger King, so I would put on the classical station on my break so I can,
that's nice.
Get my mind right, because sometimes it's instruments. They get your mind right. No words.
I got one famous calypso artist.
Dang it!
I got one, but I only got one. But I only got one. But I only got one though. And he don't do it no more. He has a whole nother path and journey right now. You wanna know what it?
Oh yeah, Slim who?
Farrakhan.
Oh, you right. You right about that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That is true. So I guess I do.
Oh, so you got him out of that one. That's good.
Yeah,
See?
yeah, man.
Brothers from Detroit unite.
We stick together.
Yeah, they stick together. You know what I mean? It's organic. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, like, if there was anybody dead or alive that you could have a serious, no filtered, like, real conversation with, who would that be? And then honestly, like, what would you even say to that person?
So it's only one person I would ever want to talk to about anything, and that's my great grandmother.
Oh, that's
third
dope.
generation. I had 3 generations of grandmother as I was growing up. I had my mom, my grandmother, my great grandmother, my great grandmother.
Family. Yeah.
So it could be anything. I don't have to have a topic to talk to her, because she was the embodiment of love, and that's why I became able to.
There you go.
Apply love in many situations, because I wasn't a person that loved a lot. So I was loved a lot, but I wasn't a person to show a bunch of love, because I was kind of like, back in the day, I was more so an introvert than anything else.
Yeah, that's a good one. I up until recently, probably the last 5 years, when I would show my mother my rap things that I had written down, she would tell me, "You sound so angry," right? And I never really understood as a youngster. And then I hit like 35, 38, 37, 38, right? And then I started realizing what she was saying, and she used to always tell me that music calms the savage beast.
That's right.
And I've been on that path, on that side of it more so, more than anything else. You know what I mean? So that's been kind of like my journey, man. That's a good one though, man. Great.
Yeah, and great grandmother. Yeah.
And I have to say, like, music is therapy. In so many ways, it's helped me get out of situations when I've been in the darkest of times, and music has been kind of like that catalyst to like bring me up out of that, or neutralize things to where I'm in a different kind of frame of mind, and so I see it so mythical sometimes, because that frequency, and there's certain music that I gotta stay away from, because it does lead me down that primal side that we're so used to. But at the end of the day, music to me is therapy, and it's like family.
Yeah.
It's funny it's funny because I only listen to one song when I'm in traffic. If traffic is heavy, I only listen to one song to keep my mind calm, and that's Outstanding by the Gap Band.
I heard that Gap Band showing up outstanding.
I can only, because it puts you in a good mood. Either that or any type of Michael Jackson will put you in a good mood. But Outstanding puts me in the best mood. I'm like, okay,
does anybody we listen to jazz?
Yeah, we listen to jazz.
You got a favorite jazz artist?
Yeah, man. If I had a good favorite jazz artist, I would have to go with John B.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll go with my brother. He plays the sax, and he plays with October London.
David Sampson.
It starts with a B, like Brandon or Brody something. But he played a song with October London. That's one of my favorite songs.
You got a favorite jazz artist?
I used to, I grew up on jazz also, like a bunch of jazz in the house.
Okay.
So my uncle was a legendary jazz artist out of Detroit as well.
Yeah. Okay.
His name was Alan Barnes. He played with the Blackbirds.
With the Blackbirds?
With the Blackbirds, yeah. He was a member of the original member. He helped start Donald Byrd and the Blackbirds.
Yeah, I was about to say Donald Byrd. Okay.
But I would say for me, there's a lot. David Sanborn. You got Incognito was one of the best groups that Deep Waters.
My mother and father played Incognito.
What about B.B. King?
That's
more blues.
Yeah,
more blues.
Okay.
So Roy Ayers for me.
Roy, yeah.
And John Coltrane.
Coltrane. What about King Kirk?
And Miles Davis, right?
You brought up Miles.
Right. So
brought out good old Miles Day.
I was watching the interview. John Coltrane. He was talking about a Love Supreme, right? and he was saying how he can't turn it off. So he used to play in the band with Miles Davis. So he asked Miles Davis, like, yo, I'm up here and I'm doing these long solos and I'm performing this song for like 20, 30 minutes and I don't want to stop. He's like, how can I stop? And Miles Davis said, take that mother out your mouth.
That's good stuff. Cab Calloway did it as well, but Cab Calloway started he was the first jazz musician to do dance.
Oh, wow.
And real dance. Like
Cab Calloway did the it don't mean it.
Man, he did
Okay. Yeah,
so that's where all of the swing dancing and stuff later on, derived from a lot of the stuff that Cab was doing early on.
Yeah, man.
When Black and White was out.
Oh, that part.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
and then so if you had to pick from blues and jazz or neo soul, what's the difference?
So there's not really a big difference. So if you remember a line from The Bodyguard.
Yeah.
What did you say? Country ain't nothing but the white man's blues.
Country is nothing but the white man blues. Heard
and
that.
It's all the same thing. It's all the same. Just some people sing it differently.
Yeah.
An expression.
The expression.
Now, do people know where originally, the beats came from, like its origin, like where it came from? Anybody?
Mostly Africa. Everything comes from Africa.
Yeah, everything started with the
everything comes from Africa.
Yeah, it started from the original. It started from the original.
The original man.
Oh, okay. All right, that's what I wanted to hear.
From wherever on the planet Earth, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So favorite hip hop artist right now. 2025.
Me.
There you go.
I like to hear that
answer right there.
It's not that I don't have confidence in other people, but there's such a comparison. There's so much comparison as who's the best, who's the GOAT, who's the king. I don't have to claim none of that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because it seems like he in this for purpose, more so than anything, fame or fortune. He's in it for purpose.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
So not to smite anybody else, but I'm my own favorite artist.
So if you have to say someone is trying to push this culture forward, if you're your own great artist, then who would be that person that is pushing this culture forward? And who do you think is taking the culture back a couple decades?
So my personal views are that music is going to be music no matter what. There's nobody's pushing it forward in a great way, and nobody's taking it back because we get the same message over and over and over again. For instance, they had the Drake and Kendrick beef.
That's what I was going to see. He picked up on it.
No, but wait a minute.
It's still going.
But wait a minute. That beef will always happen, but Public Enemy started that beef. Just as much as NWA started the same beef, but they weren't being listened to.
Yeah,
right.
I get
you know what I'm saying? As opposed to what's a sucker MC? Do we? You know what I'm saying? Do we really
You're right.
So
yeah.
It's things like that. So I don't believe that any one person is taking it to the future or anybody's taking us backwards.
Okay, so you don't have like someone that you feel like is maybe a good look for the culture, or maybe a top 3 or top 5 people that you can say, you know what, they're representing our culture well. And do you have someone that you feel that can come in and kind of bring that to the next level?
Nope, not at all. Because once you start, remember, all this is based on personal opinion.
That's right.
So all these stats that they have pulled up is only based on personal opinion. So my grade 5 is going to be nobody else's grade 5.
Facts.
Because I don't listen to a lot of today's music.
Yeah.
Okay.
I listen to a bunch of different. I listen to all kinds of music, and Christian hip hop is one of those types.
Yeah,
of stuff. I listen to everything. I don't just listen to one type of music. So
yeah, I got that.
That's
man.
the thing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't believe anybody's going to be. Oh, then we're gonna take it to the next level. When you have other people, that's a comparison thing. I don't compare.
Oh, I know that's
Yeah.
right.
I can see that.
I see that, man. I got like one more last question for you, family. What is one of the things you want to tell not just artists but young artists that are stepping into this game in music, into writing, and also if they want to get into the community? What kind of lessons or advice can you give them when they don't have no direction, if they don't have no direction?
So the most important thing is leave the streets where they at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the streets don't love you. They don't. You can have all the this, that, and the third, but the streets don't love you. You got to protect you and your family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're going to have many conversations going through your life as you get older, as you progress, that you can be like, man, I didn't have to make that mistake if you're talking to the right person.
That's right.
When you're talking to the wrong person, they allow you to make those mistakes over and over and over and over again without correcting you. What you want to do is have guidance and believe in yourself.
Yeah.
I dig that.
You know,
I dig that, man.
Believing in yourself goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
And
it really does.
I was about to. I'm making a song about just that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like letting people know, like it's the streets ain't okay. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much of a big bad person you think you are, it always catches up to you because they're using our music now.
That part, and they are, and they even getting it where they are. But you know, and then we got to be careful with that. But with that note, Slim, I mean, we got to go. I mean, we got to bring them back, right?
Yeah, man. I think this deserves a part 2. You ain't going nowhere. You can still be in Vegas for a little while.
You
Right?
know what I mean?
You know, unless I go, skip the country.
I know you. I did that. It was dope, and then it wasn't. You know, there was a yeah. But anyway, before we go, tell people where they can find you at, Big Nut, and then also if you got anything coming out, let them know where they can get it at, and also a little bit more of the hearts for the kids.
Okay, so my name is NuT, NuT.T. Never underestimate the truth. You can find me on most of my platforms at Drop Gang Music, all one word. I'm the owner and CEO of that company. So Drop Gang Music, all one word, and you will find multiple things come up. Drop Gang Peanut, Drop Gang Productions 1, Drop Gang Music, you will find me in that matter. Hearts for Kids is on Facebook, HEARTZ,
That's dope.
the number 4, KIDS, Hearts for Kids. And if you guys want to join that program, just reach out to Ken Dorsey or Justin Roberts.
All right,
we
man.
go.
You know,
Yeah, you can reach me at
Reach who?
on DJ Slim on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? DJ Slim on Instagram, DJ SLIMM, very easy.
the one and only.
You can also reach me at Fifth Element Hip Hop, one of the best hip hop
1, 2,
shows
3, 4.
out here. Out here in Las Vegas that are helping out independent artists, movers and shakers, entrepreneurs, people in the community, activists. And that's where you can reach me. Where can they reach you at?
Oh man, you know you can find me on the lowdown on the showdown. I had Instagram, call me Dirty to the red. It's Unk.Dirty Red. And then you can also find me on Facebook. But then also you can get me at the 5th. Also the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hip hop is not a podcast, it's definitely a show.
Yeah.
And we got some good brothers on there, and we would love for you to tap in and check us out.
Most definitely.
You know what I
I've been
mean?
telling OT I'm gonna pull up for a while, so it's time for you to pull up.
Yeah, man, because we're bringing a lot of artists and a lot of talent together, and we're about to put the world on notice. And people don't know my man Slim. He's gonna be the best kept secret when it comes to the beat life. Y'all don't know this man got heat for days.
Let's get up out of here. We'll see y'all next week, man. Thank you for tuning in to Casual Conversations. Thank you, NuT, for coming, Big Red.
We always, you know how we do it.
We out.
We out. Peace.